We're live.
Hey everyone, another RaddTitan chat. We missed last week. Probably more reasons than any is that these chats are just really to share news and pictures and bits and pieces like that. And if we get anything new and we've got anything going on, so last week was quite a quiet week, so there wasn't much to really get on with. So we're back this week. We've got some pictures and stuff to go through, and hopefully we'll get somebody on a little bit later as well. Got a bit lucky today because we're doing it on a Friday, and hopefully our boy Garry Speed will be able to jump on a little bit later. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, I mean, well, last week, I mean, wasn't totally that we didn't have anything to talk about. I mean, we just got busy with my work and stuff as well, so I cancelled a few. We were meant to do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and I had to cancel all of them because work and whatever else, and being lazy. And then also last Friday we were going to do some stuff, but then Garry, who should be on later on, he popped over and brought some things, and then the Deadpool on Throne custom arrived, so we were just busy with that really. But we also just want to say thanks to a lot of our sort of subscribers. They messaged me on Facebook and sort of messaged on YouTube and kind of asking, if we're okay and what's going on, because we missed a week chat. So they're just sort of checking we're okay and if everything's fine. So that was nice of them to check.
They're probably thinking I may have strangled you.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? They might have thought, it's not really that symbiotic relationship's going to go sour one day.
Maybe I'll strangle you.
Yeah, well, mate, little girly hands around my 20-inch neck. Good luck with that, you punk.
Well, but yeah. So anywho, so I mean, busy week. I mean, I've just been really busy with work. My boss.
Fuck all that work chat. Tell me, how's that Deadpool sitting with you, man?
Deadpool's nice, man. As I say, with that Deadpool, it's one of those things where when you kind of take apart the pieces and individually, you look at them separately, you can see. I mean, you can see there's a few issues with that. There's a few paint issues. There's a few small issues. There's a few scale issues with the Iron Man pieces. But once it's all kind of set up and it's on display, it looks really nice. I mean, the Deadpool figure itself is really nice. The captain, the three best parts of anything on the Deadpool's the best part easily. The Hulk hands and the Captain America legs. Yeah, they're the three best parts, and they all look really nice.
One of the parts I actually like is on the corner. Where Captain America's like body is, and there's another body next to him on the sort of on the right hand side of it. So when you look round it, you can sort of see they're all scrunched together. That's a nice bit. I like that bit.
Well, there's what you mean the side with the Punisher head and the Wolverine head? No, not Wolverine. It's got Captain America and Punisher's head.
Yeah, those bits they're like crunched together.
Yeah,
I like that corner as well. But I mean, I think the down points with that I've said before. I've said on loads of comments when I've been talking to people is like both of the shields could have been done better, and maybe the board. But as a whole, I'm just wondering if it's growing on you anymore, or you're appreciating it a little more now that it's settled. Because to be honest, it's hard on the review because of that towel. We didn't have a really comfortable. We didn't have a really soft.
That's my fault. I was using my Marvel blanket. So
yeah, I mean, fucking talk about a vibrant piece and a vibrant towel. We've put Where's Wally in with a Where's Wally's fucking towel.
But as I say, overall, I mean, I am happy with it, and overall, I mean, when it's set up, the only problem is it's really deep. It's a really deep piece, so basically if you want to display it, it's quite hard. I mean, I think maybe there should have been the option where Captain America's legs kind of were detachable, and then that way you could take them off if you really wanted to and put them into a smaller display area. But at the moment it's not going in a Besta, and I don't even think it will go in a Struver. It won't go straight on. You may need to stick it in the corner. Yeah, put in a corner ways.
That'll look good though, dude. That'll look quite good.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to see. I mean, I need to buy new stuff. That was the other point as well. As I mean, I boxed up some things. I sold my Leonidas to Gypsy Catcher, who's on
Essex, brother
YouTube.
Essex.
Yep. So
check out his channel actually, Gypsy Catcher. Was it 79?
Gypsy Catcher
79?
Yeah, I believe so.
75.
Yeah, 79.
79. Yeah, so check his channel out because he's got some fucking crazy shit.
He's done a few things where he custom painted some like Terminator pieces as well, which he's done really well. So basically, I boxed up my Leonidas. I just realised I forgot to put the arrows in the box, so I've just done that now. I also sold my Ghost Rider Comiket on the Throne. Yeah, the exclusive one. I sold that. I've boxed up my Cobra Commander. Someone's asking about that, so I boxed it up anyway. But I don't know whether that's going to go through or not. But I should be
nice piece. That.
Yeah, I think it's one of those pieces that's really, really underrated. I think that Cobra Commander.
Though, isn't it? It's
yeah, I think with the Cobra Commander though, is one of the best mixed media on any piece. Yeah. And then the chrome on his face is done really, really well. The chrome on his face.
It's definitely up there, isn't it? The mixed media on that is as good as the Red Skull and as good as the Joker premium format, the original. It's on par with that type of level, isn't it? Quality wise, obviously, we've got those pieces.
Someone I know just got the Joker. And they said that after seeing the Red Skull, they were disappointed by the Joker's media.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think it's the Joker's got really nice mixed media. The only difference is with the Red Skull, he's a thicker character, so it's a bit more. He fills that suit out a little better, I think. I think it just looks. I mean, you know what Joker's like? It's really skinny. So when you put a suit on him, there's a lot of sort of like bag to the suit. There's a bit of bagginess to it, but that's in line with the character. I think the tailoring on the Red Skull probably is just a little bit better because he's a thicker character to fit. Yeah. But in terms of quality, material wise, there ain't anything in it. I tell you fucking something. You want to talk about mixed media quality? I got that Guile from Pop Culture Shock, and fuck hell, that Guile, his combat trousers are good enough to wear. I mean, they're a little bit baggy for me. They're a little bit big for me because I'm only short. But Guile's combat trousers, the thickness of them, the material on the belt, the buckle. I mean, that piece is different level. When I got Balrog, I was thinking to myself, yeah, Balrog's nice. It's really nice. I like it. But then I got Guile in, and it's just
I think on Balrog, the white pieces on Balrog are a bit scruffy. You know, where he's got like the white kind of rip bits.
Yeah, he's got that underneath. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing.
Which is well tight. That's really Tyson as well. Do you know where Tyson used to cut the towel and put the towel on? He used to cut the neck out. He used to cut like a hole in a towel, didn't he, Tyson?
Yeah, diamond. He used to cut a diamond in the towel.
Towel over his head. Yeah,
that's right.
But what else?
But I got that Balrog. There's nothing wrong with that Balrog. Listen, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Sculpt, everything, character accuracy, it's perfect, everything. But when I got, there's just that Guile is really, really, really special, really special. And it's funny because I was talking to Omar. What's he on Facebook? Emperor Collector, is that him? You know,
I don't know. Darwish, or is it Darwish?
Yeah, Darwish. Yeah. He has like probably one of the best Street Fighter collections out there, and he turned around and told me it's up there with the best that they've ever made. And if he turns around and says that, then it must be true because like Christian B as well has got a really good Street Fighter collection. But Omar said to me that it's really, really good, and he wasn't wrong. He said to me before I got it, he said you're gonna fucking love it when you get it. And to be honest, it's a real jump up in quality for me. I think it's just a much better, like very, 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 very top end piece. Very nice. Can't believe someone kept that in the box for 6 fucking years.
Derek Fagan's watching. He's just saying the Gulkin is a really, really good one.
Gukin?
Gukin Pilgrim is an incredible mixed media, Derek says.
Yeah, the only problem I've got with that Gookin, especially the Pilgrim, is just the limited display options because he's got that hat and his head is down. You can only sort of see the details in his face on the crack in his hat, and it means you've got to display him quite high up, and you can't take that fucking hat off. If you take the hat off, he's got a big hole in the middle of his fucking head. So you can't even remove the hat for a display. It would have been good to have like one head that didn't have the hat. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just in case
I'm
somebody...
not sure if I don't really know the piece that much to know. So
Well, do your research, man.
well, I can't look into everything.
Suck.
I do
I
have
think
job I need to research into as well.
I need. I think, to be honest with you, I like the. I don't know if it's Strong Fist. I think it's the Strong Fist Gookin is the one I like. That's the one. If I was going to buy it, I would get it. But I'm hearing a lot of people say it's small. It's a bit small for the scale. I mean, they're loosely based off quarter scale. They're not exactly quarter scale, but they're loosely quarter scale. So debatable, isn't it? Debatable.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to see what else I'm selling off. I mean, I've put loads of pieces up on eBay. So see what happens. I mean, I put up my big chap Alien. I put up the Alien Egg. I put up a few. I'm just making space because basically there's so many pieces coming in, and I've just got no space for the things I've already got.
You needed to do that 6 months ago. 6 months ago, you need to rearrange because I mean, there's loads of pieces in there that really need to be sort of moved on. I mean, I was saying that I can't remember who I was talking to. I think it might have been Gary. I said to Gary, "You've got to like sell about 30% of your collection for all the stuff that you've got coming in."
Maybe, yeah. I've got quite a few where, when you as your collection evolves, you kind of look at pieces and where you bought them and you liked them and you're very happy with them. Your tastes evolve and it's just not really part of your collection anymore, and they kind of edge out, don't they? I mean.
See, I'm stuck now. I'm in a position now where I don't have anything in my room at the moment that I would sell. I have nothing. I mean, you were saying to me that you thought I would get rid of my Deadpool at some point. You were like, "Yeah, that would be the next piece you get rid of." I'll never sell that Deadpool. I'll never get rid of that. It's not going to happen unless I get hold of a fucking throne one. I'm never getting rid of it.
Well, I mean, or unless you get a red one.
No, I don't want the red one. I prefer my one. I told you this before. I don't.
There was someone who actually.
I prefer the X-Force one.
Yeah, someone
I like the. What?
Someone painted your one red.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it did.
It does.
Yeah, it did look good.
Yeah. It's not just the color, though. You see, it's not the color. I actually, because I'm obviously a comic collector, I like Deadpool in X-Force because he's slightly more serious. He's slightly more assassin. He's slightly more serious in those comics. So I prefer him in that, as to the Joker that everybody else likes, the red sort of constant piss take one. Why have you got a shit eating smirk on your face? What just happened?
I'm just laughing at Derek. He's saying, "Oh, X-Force Deadpool for the win. Geo is right." So I just called him a kiss.
Yes.
So I messaged him back and called him a kiss ass.
Nah, man. Derek knows his shit, man. That guy's got a fucking epic collection. If he says it, then it must be true. It's all about preference. Well,
he's got an epic collection, but he just keeps it all in the box. So
at least they're mint.
Yeah.
You got to be thankful for them guys, because it's guys like that I pull out a guile that's 6 years old and has never been out of the fucking box. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
But as I say, I mean, I definitely need to get some more sketches done and get some more plans for my room, and start like going to IKEA and getting some more cabinets. I think.
Well, I was saying about that because we were going to do that. We were going to do that today, but we're doing the chat instead. So we'll just have to. We'll next time you're off in the week, man. I'll drive you down there and we'll pick some stuff up, man.
Yeah. No, cool. All right. Well, what we'll do is we'll take a look at. Should we take a look at the pictures?
Yeah, let's get the news up, man. I'm getting itchy feet. I haven't seen anything for ages.
All right,
It's been 2 weeks since I've seen new developments.
We've only got 80 pictures today, so not too many. What we'll do is that in alphabetical order. So let me just make sure these are in order.
Well, they never are, Alex. So don't worry about it now.
Fuck off. Maybe you should do the fucking pictures. How about you get the fucking pictures ready, you fucking douchebag?
Dude, if I got the pictures ready, there'd be like pictures of Jenny, pictures of Neo, pictures of the fucking car. There'd be all sorts of shit in there.
Derek's complaining now because he's heard that we've only got 80 pictures.
Well, you should have done more work, shouldn't you? He's right. Derek's right. Fucking get your ass together and get the 150, the 200 mark. That's what I like. I did say there hasn't been that much happening over the last week. That's why last week it wasn't a big deal that we missed the chat, because there wasn't that much to say. You know.
Well, I think what happened was, Prime One had like a fucking overload and decided, you know what, we're going to put out absolutely everything, and then they showed, so many pieces. Then at the Wonderfest that was. Then there's been a few kind of little pieces and but nothing much really. But we'll show you what what I pulled out of kind of Facebook. I may have missed some things because I did rush this morning. So this is, can you see that? I always have to double check if you're actually seeing things. You see it?
Oh, you're glitching us out. What are you saying?
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so this is starting off with the Imaginarium Arts Joker. This is based on one of the newer.
Are they meant to be cards?
Yeah, this is like what they're going to do is the comic actually has him crushing a bat, and what they're going to do is they're going to do 2 switch outs, and one of them's where he's throwing cards in the air, and the other one's where he's got his gun, with the long barrel, and it's got the fabric saying bang. So
bang. Yeah, definitely. So, I'm definitely siding with the gun here. I'm not digging those cards at all.
But yeah, as I say, it's a switch out anyway, so you have that choice.
I don't know how well that'll come out. That's quite a hard thing to do,
Yeah, I mean that'll have to be PVC, and they'll have to be done in a way. I think they're trying.
You don't want these. Yeah, go on.
I think they're trying to do that for Gambit as well. Someone else is trying to do something very similar for a Gambit card thing.
Yeah, but the difference is that Gambit's got 1 card in his hand, so it doesn't look too drastic. When you've got like a handful in there,
no, they're
like paper thick, like.
Yeah, no, they're talking about doing like a very similar thing where he's got like 5 cards like floating above his hands or whatever. So this is just the update of that, and then as I say, there's a few cards on the floor, and this is the update.
I love the bodies. I think that's fucking epic. I really do. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Love the pose. They changed it, so it's not the penguin there. It's a henchman now. Because the comic, it's penguin. In the comic, I can assure you, the guy that's standing at the back holding him up is penguin. I have the comic. So they've changed that to a henchman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude needs to go on a diet, man. What the fuck's going on with his shirt?
Oh, his shirt's popping open, yeah. I mean, this is actually the cover for this. Maybe I'll try and go and find it in a minute, but you've got it actually, haven't you?
I have got it, yeah.
Yeah, the cover for this is actually one of my favourite covers in the last 5 years. It's actually a really good cover.
I'm actually displaying that particular cover with my premium format Joker.
Yeah.
That's the comic I've chose because there isn't that many great covers with the Joker on it, believe it or not. You know that?
Well, there's a few. I mean, but there's some very iconic ones, and I mean, there's the one for where he's got the camera.
I've seen that I like. But I don't like it.
No,
I like that one.
this one's one of my favourite. And there is that one with, but you wouldn't like that one either. But there's the one with Batgirl as well, which got banned, where he's behind Batgirl, and he's got like the Joker smile painted on her, and it was banned because it was like violence against women or something stupid like. So they banned it.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck's sake.
Right, but then this is something
there is another cover though. Do you know the cover where he's got Harley Quinn in front of him and it's like they're dancing and he's behind her? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Did they make a statue of that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just beautiful. It's very similar to the Throne one. It's got like a very dark background, and they're like coming into the forefront, into the light. And I'm sure they're like sort of either dancing or he's behind. It's a beautiful cover. I mean, that's another one I probably would want. Anyway, sorry, move on.
So this is Imaginary Arts. This is the Matrix of Leadership from Transformers, the Transformer movie. And I posted this the other day, and I think people, I know Imaginary Art posted it as well, but I think people misunderstood and they thought that this was actually going to be kind of like a separate piece. Okay. So like a display piece that you could get, but it's not. I mean, they sent through, I think, about 4 or 5 designs to a handful of us, and we kind of I chose this one as the best because it was more. I found it more organic, and the other ones they had were more just looked too shaped and too like, you know, nothing really to them. I quite like this one, and on the image I saw, it had you can see like these darker blue veins kind of running through it as well. But this is to go.
My ignorance, man, because I'm not a Transformers guy. But what the fuck is that? What is it? What
happens is in the Transformers movie. I have to remember because I haven't seen this in a hell of a long time. But basically, Optimus Prime dies. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it from this, I think it's 1986 it came out. So Optimus Prime dies, and then they bring out. I think it's Rodimus Prime. He becomes the leader, but he needs this to become the leader. It's like the matrix of leadership.
Right.
So when he gets that, he becomes the leader, I believe.
When he gets this thing here.
Yeah. It's like the Allspark thing, you know.
Oh, okay, all right. So it's like some form of relic.
Yeah. Right. So this also
waffling on like that.
Fuck
Jesus
off.
Christ.
Right, then the IA have done another helmet, so they've done the Mark 45 from the Age of Ultron.
That looks really nice.
That's up for pre-order now.
Get that before that runs out.
Yeah, this is the I don't know what mark this is, but this is the Pepper Potts rescue suit. I know, huh?
Sweet.
Yeah, so I know Derek will be well into this.
Concept.
So this is the Pepper Potts where she wears a suit, and it's I think it's based from Iron Man 3, isn't it?
If it's based from the film, that's fine, but she doesn't have a chest plate armor like that in the film.
No. Okay, then you've got this is the parts for Rodimus Prime. So you got those, and where are we? So there's a gun. Then this is is it ZBrush?
Hot Rod. That's Hot Rod.
Oh, so yeah, that's Hot Rod, isn't it?
Is it Hot Rod or is that what that?
Sorry, no, this is Hot Rod. You're right. Sorry.
Hey!
Sorry, go back. That's Hot Rod.
Yeah, you don't know what you're chatting about, man.
I don't know what I'm chatting about.
Do your research, for Christ's sake.
You do some fucking research, and you get some.
I'm the one that saves you every week on here talking about Rodimus Prime and some other fucker, and it's Hot Rod.
It's Hot Rod. It even says at the top, Rod. The screen. I've even written down Hot Rod, but I've gone with the other guy. God damn it! Sorry, Derek is saying that.
Me, man.
Derek's saying that the Pepper Potts is based off the comics.
Oh yeah, well it would be looking like that. It looks good though. It looks real good.
It does look good. So yeah, Hot Rod. Then this goes on to this is XM. These are images for Lady Sif. So
Lady Sif.
she's the She's like Asgardian, isn't she? She's from Thor.
Oh, is she one of the ones from the film then? Like the hot chick in the film?
She is
Is
in
that
the
who she
film
is,
as well,
lady?
but yeah, but it's based on the comics,
Ah,
yeah. So these are
nice.
just some things that they're doing on for her. I thought I had another image of that, but must have been shoveled in with everything else now. So I
Yeah,
think I
it's
had some
can't play.
close-ups of the base, but then you've got the
Half
Prime
scale.
One half-scale Batfleck. You know, Ben Affleck
Batfleck.
Batman. Yeah, Batfleck. So you got the Batfleck,
Yeah.
which is getting very, very, very mixed. It's very like it's very Marmite. You know, it's very people love it or they don't. So and I quite like it. You know, I actually when I first heard that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman, I was very like, oh fuck, you know.
Yeah, but you see, I've seen Ben Affleck in actually a lot of good films. He's done
Well,
he's done a lot of good films. What was that last one he did that I saw with Rosamund Pike in it?
you
Gone
know,
Girl or something. He's fucking exceptional in that. He's great in that.
well,
You know,
he was
Affleck,
quite. Well, he
he
was good
fucked
in the
up
film
Daredevil.
Gone Girl. He was good in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jesus, whose conversation are you listening to?
I'm not listening to you.
That's what I just said, man.
He was good. Yeah, he was good in that, and also he was good in. I remember I was flicking through the movie channels, and it came up, and the film was starting, so I left it on, and
What
it
was
kind
it
of like
called?
had the credits coming up, and it said Ben Affleck, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then it comes up even further, and it's like Jeremy Renner and White Russ. I'm like, oh okay. And then it came up with directed by Ben Affleck, and I'm like, oh double fuck. And I was getting ready to turn it off, and then for some reason I started doing something, and I watched it anyway, and it was actually a really good film. It was The Town.
Town's fucking brilliant. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
No, I'm saying,
Brilliant film.
but I didn't want to watch it because I was put off a bit by Ben Affleck. But
Yeah,
then,
but see, I actually think that's the problem. I don't know where people get it from, but there's not many. I mean, other than Daredevil, and that wasn't horrendous. But you know, I can't think of anything. What was that other film he did with Matt Damon? It's a very good film. They got loads of Oscars for it. So what was it called?
well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting. It's a
Good Will
good film.
Hunting. Well,
Yeah,
they both got an Oscar for writing that, and
yeah,
but then also, I mean, I
guy.
think I mean, I know you dislike Dogma, but Dogma was very popular.
Oh yeah, that's fuck me. You
Dogma
bigged
was
that
very
film up and
popular.
lent it to me, and it's
I
about
liked
5 hours long.
I liked
Piece of
Dogma,
shit.
and I liked what was the other one? Chasing Amy and Mallrats, all those sort of films are very good. But
Yeah,
anyways, I
the thing
mean,
is, as well, Ben
but
Affleck, he's a bit of a unit, isn't he? What is he? He's like 6'2", probably about 225 pounds. He's not
when you
small,
see
is he?
on stage, you see you see Henry Cavill, and then he's a big guy, and then you see Ben Affleck, and he kind of makes Henry Cavill look a bit small.
Yeah, but Henry Cavill isn't small because I've seen Henry Cavill in person. He's not small.
No, I know what I'm saying, but when you see Ben Affleck next to him, Ben
Mm,
Affleck's bigger.
yeah.
So anyway, let's go.
This is quite big money, this, isn't it? It's like £2,000.
This is £2,000, $2,000, sorry, but this
Dollars.
is half scale.
Yeah.
So this is a big old piece. I mean,
Good.
Sideshow sell half scale pieces for that sort of price, and
Yes.
you know they're always Iron Men. But sorry, Derek just messaged to say. Derek messaged to say Hot Rod actually turns into Rodimus Prime after he gets the Matrix of Leadership. So I was close.
Now that's who we need on this show. Tell Derek to fucking get on the show and actually help us out here. That's what we need. A bit of that sort of knowledge.
Yeah. Now I can see as
We're
soon as I said
photographed.
that. As soon as I said that, I can see his little thing typing away now. He's typing something. He's going to type a little fucking smart ass comment now, isn't he? So going back on, so these are the Batman. So carry on with the Batman. And what it is this has got all of these have got these bases with built-in spotlights. So if you look on the two front corners,
very clever.
they've got spotlights on them. So I think that's a really good idea because to light up your statues is a pain in the arse, I tell you. So I think that's a good call.
Good touch, yeah.
They've got the front the chest piece there, which you're not really a fan of, are you?
Well, no, because I mean, it just doesn't really. I mean, they sort of like it's a reimagining. It does. I don't know what that's meant to be. There's no real sort of like you can see tiny ears at the top and a tiny. It's like a fat bat. That's what it looks
Yeah,
like. It
fat
looks like a
bat.
really out of shape, no neck, fat donut eating bat. That's what it looks like. It's not really. It's not sleek and it's not sharp. And I don't really like that he's wearing his nan's cotton wool fucking jumper underneath his shirt. I don't like that. It's just for
Well,
me. I just think it's one of the maybe in the film it'll look good. We'll see what happens.
well, I think what I thought. I don't know what's because I know in the film it's kind of about the development of Batman, isn't it?
I haven't seen the film, but I assumed from some of the trailers that I saw that it's later, that it's
Oh, okay.
after everything that's already happened. I'm pretty sure that Robin is like spoiler if nobody's, but there's a part in it where he says something. He's talking to Superman. He's talking to like Clark, and he says something about maybe it's just us in Gotham. We don't like people dressed up as clowns, and
Yeah.
then you it cuts to like a scene of Robin's armor with like Joker with like spray paint on it,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
Joker written
That was
something
one of
in it. So
the.
I don't know if it's towards the end,
Mm.
and
Well, that was one of the. That was one of the really really early teasers. That was
yeah, it
a
was
picture where he's in like he's in like a museum or something, isn't he?
his vault.
Yeah,
He's
and
in like
it's got
and he's
like a
got like
glass container, and it's all like ha 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 written all over it or something.
yeah, exactly. And I think
Yeah,
that's from
yeah.
when the Killing Joke, isn't it? I think that's the basically where your Joker gets him, and he's towards the end. I thought he
Death
was
in the
towards
Family, that is, isn't it?
Death. Yeah, that's it. It is. Is it Death in the Family? It could
I think
be.
Death in the
It's been a
Family is
long
where
time.
Robin dies.
Yeah, it might be. Spoiler.
Yeah, God.
Some poor bastard might be reading that while they're watching this in the background. Like, shit.
Yeah, someone who's like 12 years behind on their comics or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, but I
But
mean, we've all been there. I mean, I'm reading things that came out a long time ago. Like, was
yeah,
that the Superman half scale? Yeah.
yeah. So then this goes on to the Superman, and
Oh, I like that face, man.
yeah, but
How you feeling
that's
about
not the
that face?
best angle. There's actually a really good angle coming up on the face. So again, this is the half scale Prime One Studios Superman. I think this will come up for pre-order tonight. I think maybe.
That's really nice. That I actually prefer this one out of the two. I
Yeah,
like this one more.
his arms are massive. Look at the size of his arm.
He's got a bit of a shape to that. There's a bit of shape in there.
So that's the better angle there. You can really see him there.
Yes. Well, I mean that's definitely the man right there.
Yeah,
Beautifully done.
sure.
Very very well done.
Actually, sorry, these have got on the notes. It said they had 2 spotlights, but on this it's got 4.
Well, on the Batman, it looked like it was 4 as well. I didn't want to
Yeah.
correct you again, so I just left it.
No,
left
but
it,
on the
but
actual
I'm pretty sure that they're 4 lights.
on the notes where it said, "Oh, it's this price. This is what you get in." Blah blah blah. It said 4. Sorry, it said 2 spotlights.
Oh, it looks
So
like 4 to me.
yeah, it definitely looks like 4. And then you got the cape there.
Very lovely flows.
And then
That
there's a
beautiful.
close up
Looks
there.
good.
So then we've got this moving on. This one's one for Garry Speed actually, because he really wants this. This
movie,
is
Judge Dredd.
the pop culture shock Judge Dredd. So this is Cole Urban. This film actually I really enjoyed this film, and
Great film. It's a fucking epic film.
It came out around the same time as the Raid, and basically there was something to do with one of the script for Judge Dredd leaked or something, and then they made the Raid. I don't know. There was all these like speculations about it, but they're very very similar. They're very kind of going back to that kind of 80s style of even like video games where you start at the bottom of the building, you work your way up, like on Streets of Rage at the end, and Final Fight and things like that. But I really enjoyed it. I thought the action was great. The characters were great. I thought it was a really good film. I thought it was kind of came out of nowhere as well, didn't it? It wasn't really pushed down people's faces that much, down their throats. So I mean, but this is via Pop Culture Shop, and
it's a very very. It looks really nice. That's court scale.
Yeah, no, it's court scale. Sorry.
Yeah, it looks great.
So you got that there.
Real
close up
nice.
there, where you see the
Yeah, that.
sort of typical sort of Judge Dredd
I
sort of,
am the
close.
law. Oh,
And then there's that same image again. There's another image
looks
there.
beautiful. Looks nice. Real detail.
So
Nice.
this will be previewing at. They're getting a load of pieces ready for WonderCon. So they're going to be doing the big reveals there.
Let's hope my fucking Oni is there because I need that.
And I'm if you're interested in sort of pop culture stuff, pop culture shock stuff, one of the places to actually look on Facebook is it's called My Collectible World, and he gets all the stuff before it's on the newsletters and before actually Pop Culture Shock show it. They seem to give him the exclusive, so he gets
That's
that.
nice.
Yeah, so he's quite a good guy as well.
I'll have to check that out.
Then this is, I believe, the 1/3 reptile, but I may be wrong. I normally am, because the thing is,
Somebody fucking.
All it said with this, all it said with this was, "Can you guess the character?" And in the background's Reptile's face, so I'm assuming it's Reptile.
Yeah, it could be a trick, could be a ploy.
And it's quite big as well. So look at the size.
Not
yeah. All right. So and then if you look at the bottom, it says My Collectible World at the end. Huh? Yeah, this is the third part of their Mortal Kombat 1/3 line. So obviously the Scorpion came out first, then the Sub-Zero.
Scorpions. You in for Reptile?
Sorry?
Are you interested in this?
The thing is I'm kind of I really want to see one of these in hand before I start investing into too many of them.
You don't really, for me, I think if you have the two ninjas, because they're such sworn enemies in the game and history, you know what I mean? You don't need them all. You don't need this Reptile. It's not necessary. I think if you had the two, you'd be okay.
Did you see the like the YouTube videos of Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Where they're basically like 10 minutes long each.
Which one? What is it they're doing? Playing it?
No. It's basically someone went away. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I've seen them like the film.
Someone went away and made short 10-minute or 15-minute films, clips of all the characters. They're really, really good and worth watching. And I think there was about 12 of them, and they were basically it was the guy was basically, they was trying to use it as a way to make a movie, I think, to make a reboot, and he done a really good job. And then I think he kind of went off and worked on something else instead. So he done really well and then didn't bother doing it. But they were really, really good videos. And then there's the face there.
Wow.
It shows like a little bit of it's a prequel. That's what they are. All the videos are prequels to.
Got a bit. That's got a little hint of Killer Croc in that face.
Yeah.
From the game anyway, from the game version.
But they, as I say, they've got these like little previews of why they go into the Mortal Kombat world, and it shows why Sub-Zero, and it's got Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and it shows them why he becomes Scorpion. I think it was. It is really cool. It is very cool. Yeah. This is a custom. This is like a preview of the lizard. So they're still working on this. This is going to be like a Spider-Man lizard.
Who's the company? SGR?
No, this is by Salvador Gomez, who does custom pieces.
All right, okay. So
again, he's just working on that and putting some stuff together. I think if you go on YouTube and you type in Salvador Gomez, you can see like a 2.5-3 hour video of him actually sculpting it.
Sweet. I love that stuff.
Digitally sculpting it, yeah. I wouldn't watch 3 hours of it, but I do quite like watching time lapse videos of people painting. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Then this one was announced. This is Purgatory, which is based in. It's a character from Lady Death, I believe. So this one's coming up.
The Sideshow, yeah.
This Sideshow. So this is do Dynamite Comics. Who do Red Sonja, Lady Death, all those kind of things. So I think those pieces are looking very, very good. And I mean, I saw the original Lady Death recently, and I I was quite blown away by that piece. Actually,
it's beautiful.
I was very tempted.
I bet our boy Tom is after this as well. I bet he wants this too.
Probably, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
Definitely, this fits his MO quite nicely. This piece.
Yeah. So then this one came out yesterday to pre-order. This is Shard. This is the next piece in the Deadline, and this is the only, the first mortal character in the storyline. I do actually think this piece is really nice. I mean, if I collected female pieces, I would definitely pick up this piece. I think it looks great.
The thing is with me, man, is I've seen 2 of those Court of the Dead pieces in hand, and both of them were just weren't impressed at all.
Well, we saw Lady.
I weren't impressed. I weren't impressed with the Queen, and I was not impressed by
Queen
that Siren. And the Siren, I just thought it looked. I've seen it in hand, and it just looks really. The paint on it, especially on the base and things, is dull as fuck. I just thought to myself, I think that there's the one that's come out recently that looked really impressive. Was that the one with is it Oglavale?
The Executioner.
The Executioner one with the sort of floating cape and the body. I mean, that's the first one that I've actually seen where I've sat up and gone, that actually looks quite tidy. That actually looks really, really decent with the dog, with the bone dog.
Yeah, well, that was
they can keep to that type of standard, because I watched a video of that, and I thought to myself, my God, that is what it should have been like from the start. Because I think the QC on the Queen was fucking shocking from what I was seeing.
Well, there's a lot of people, basically, because we saw the piece already set up. I don't think we actually even posted our video yet, have we?
Yeah, well, really that.
I'm not sure if it's gone up yet, but I lose track of our video.
I don't think it hasn't, but we ain't in a rush to get it up because it's not exactly like the piece is okay. It's not.
But with that pieces, I didn't know this because it was already set up. We didn't take it apart, but you can actually. A lot of people display that without the gargoyles on the base. They hate the gargoyles, so they don't.
The gremlins, the little demons, mate.
Yeah. So they don't bother with them. They take them off. They put them back in the box and they say, "Yeah, fuck them."
Well, apparently, if you put them on, they scratch the leg. So,
that as well.
Once you put them on and you try and remove them, it can be quite an issue. But I mean, this doesn't look bad. And to be honest, that Oglavale one looks decent. The Death one looks all right. I think the first couple that they released, they really, maybe they were finding their feet. I wasn't convinced.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely agree with the Queen of the Dead, but with the Siren, I think I've seen a lot of pictures of where that looks pretty good.
But you see, I don't trust pictures, because the problem with pictures is that you can adjust things. I mean, Jesus Christ, on boxes, I can pick 20 different fonts to send pictures in, so that things look brighter and darker and lighter. I don't like that. You need to actually see the thing in hand, and I've seen it in hand. And the bottom, the way the bottom of this one that I hold on,
I've got to give my parcel to someone.
All right, go on. You go. When I saw it in hand, I don't need you to tell me, you punk. When I saw it in hand, it just in the shop, it just looked like the bottom of it looked, the top of it, and with the water effect, looked really nice. And then you went below it, and it just, I know it's meant to be murky, but I felt it just a little bit dull, and I thought it was a little bit boring, and a bit like, there really should have been some highlighted details there just to stand away, some rippling through the, from the top of the water, like touching around the base, just to bring some color out, just to lift it. It just seemed really, really dark. So I was a bit like, nah, that's 2 for 2 for me. I wasn't impressed with either of them. So I thought, not great. Considering that Sideshow actually 100% own that line, I really feel that
I'm back anyway, George, if you're rambling.
I'm really rambling. This is just how I talk in general.
So I'm just going back to the Purgatory piece, because that comes out next Thursday, if anyone's interested in that.
Sweet.
So just to say the release date for that. Shard came out yesterday. As I say, this one I quite like the look of this one out of the pieces of their their own line. I do like the look of it. This one's been sculpted by Mark Newman as well, so very, very talented sculptor.
Yeah,
Also
but you see,
painted by Katsupine as well.
yeah, I mean, that doesn't do anything for me. I think the one that I really, yeah, I'm digging that. I'm digging Death, and I'm digging the Executioner. And there's a woman. I don't know who she is, but she's got like a fucking thing, like a big thing going around her arm, like a blue flame thing going
Oh
around
yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
And that looks fucking serious as well. I've seen some things. I mean, they're definitely in that quarter deadline. If they can
Well,
deliver like they did with that Oblivel thing, they can really hit the mark. Really hit it.
Well, the thing about this one as well is people were commenting because the price was, I think it was like $440 or something dollars, and people were saying, "Wow, you know, this actually, you know, we didn't think that they were going to show any more that were below 500, but maybe because it's their own line, they're not paying the licensing fees, so they're saving a bit and they're passing on that saving, which is pretty good of them if they are."
Well, how much is this? How
I
much
think
is
it's
she?
440,
How much is
450. But then you have to
yeah, it's not
remember
cheap
that Red
stuff.
Sonja is like 530, I think. So, but basically, this I was talking to Chadman yesterday,
Yeah.
and we agreed that this actually looks quite a bit like the Sheepherder. The
Yeah, it's
face.
definitely got 100%. It's definitely got that on the face. There's a lot of that. Yeah.
I
You're
think
right.
that might be something to do
Good
with Mark
point.
Newman as well. So you got that
Some
there. And I
great
think,
details on that. Some
yeah,
unbelievable details on that. Real nice work on arm and nice wearing and marks and scrapes and things look real good.
no, definitely really like it. So I think there's the base there, all the blue skulls and things. Funny enough, I mean, I'll get onto it a bit later on. Actually, I'll make a note of it. But actually, fuck, I'll just say it now. I went into. Otherwise, I forget. I actually, when I was talking to you the other day, I went into Games Workshop, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys got that in America, but it's like Warhammer. It's called 40,000, I think, is 40K. Just basically that people have these like miniature little pieces, and they're probably about an inch tall, and that's the whole thing. And then
Made of
people,
lead.
they're not made of lead anymore.
Oh, really?
No, they went from lead to like a white metal alloy, and then they went from the white metal alloy to just like a resin now, like a plasticky
Okay.
resin. But people paint them, and they paint them really, really good. But at the moment, all of this blue
Really
is
well.
kind of really in loads of those at the moment. All these kind of like like magic like blue. I don't know what it's called.
Turquoise, you fuck.
Yeah. So, but then that's the face there of the.
Sheep Predator.
That's right. The sheep.
Chico.
Yeah, quite similar. But as I say, I think
Yeah.
Mark Newman had something to do with that anyway. But sorry, going back with the Games Workshop. I mean, that stuff is so. I mean, some people are so good at painting that stuff.
Ridiculous talent. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really
They're
good.
so small. They're about that big.
They're an inch tall, so they're like, what's that, 2.5 centimeters tall, and people have painted like the faces, the expressions on the faces, the base, and they've got. I mean,
the heavy
I took a
magnifying
load. Yeah, I took a load of pictures of them. So what I'll do is maybe I'll post them on the RaddTitan Facebook group. But then moving on, this is the art that was used for Zion Art's Joker.
Yeah.
Originally, they were going to do the similar. They were going to do the same cover as Imaginarium Arts, and
smart deal. This is
out
smart idea.
Out of respect, they, I speak to the guy from Zion Arts, and we had a little conversation, and he sort of said, well, out of respect, I'm not going to make it, and I'm going to change my design, and he went away, and
it's Abdel Cole, yeah.
Yeah. He gets a lot of abuse on from a lot of people because I mean, I've read loads of posts, and loads of people coming to me and saying X, Y, Z, because he did the Deadpool, and then people were saying to me, "Do you know who he is? And do you know this? And do you know that?" And I mean, I read there's like a forum threads about him where apparently they all say he's a scammer, and he did this and he did that, and he's done like loads of stuff. But when you kind of read into it, what seems like happened was he was selling pre-orders for a company called Psycho Collectibles. He sold a lot of pre-orders for them. They went out of business, and basically people said to him, "I want the money back," and he was like, "Well, it's actually Psycho Collectibles got your money, not me."
He was in the middle, so he was selling.
He was like the middle man.
Pre-orders,
so
and
he
they
was
went out
selling.
of business.
Yeah,
he was the middle. He was the one caught in the middle. He was the messenger that got shot.
Yeah. And then I know there was another.
But that's
story.
why I tell you. That's why I tell you that we're not getting into that fucking pre-order shit for anybody.
But then also
I don't care if Sideshow themselves come and offer us 7 pre-orders. We're not doing it because anything happens, it always falls at your feet. People just come to you and go, "Well, you're the person I dealt with. You're the person I gave the money to. So you give me money back." And
there's also, I mean, there's another story about. I think he sent. I think it was a Superman enraged to someone, and then the light up didn't work. So he said to them, "Okay, what you need to do is," he gave them like an instruction on how to possibly fix it. So he said, "What you need to do is get a little bit of metal, and you put it into the connector part, and it might be that the connector's a bit short." So the guy did that. It didn't work, and he goes, "Okay, well, send it back to me." I kind of gave him instructions of what to do. He said, "Send it back to me. Mark it up as returned. Mark it up as this. Do that. Send it to me." The guy sent it, and apparently didn't mark it up properly. So when it come back, Customs said to him, "You owe us, $500 in tax now," because there was no prices on there. So he's like, "Well, you haven't done this properly, so I'm not paying $500 to get a piece returned to me, and you've done it wrong." So then obviously that person's gone off and gone, he's fucked me over and whatever. And there's two sides to the story. But then
I'm going to say this. This is all I'm going to say. All right. I think the only thing that in this world, and I it's funny because I was talking to Mike yesterday. Mike Wells. Shout out to Mike Wells out there, bro. I was chatting to Mike Wells the other day, and it's funny because we were talking about things, and I said to him, and I'm gonna repeat this now. I think the only way in this world that you can judge somebody is by your own dealings with them, and that's it, and that's all. I think if you're gonna take the sides of people or other people or try and rally people to your cause, I think all you do then is create more problems. I mean, the bottom line, the only way to do things is this is how I am, and maybe wrong or right. You don't have to listen, you don't have to care, but the way I do it is like this. If I'm dealing with someone and they're good to me, that's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's issues with any other person, because that is not a fair judgment, because there's always a side or an element that you're not aware of. You can only go with what information you're being told. And people always, I don't think it's malicious. I just think sometimes people, try and stack things in their favor or against.
People do. People rally in
another way. You understand? Even with my own wife, right? Oh yeah, but listen, even with my own wife, right? I'd be standing there, right? This is an example. It's my wife, who I love and is probably the nicest person I've ever met in my life, right? She will talk about having an argument with like somebody or something, and I was standing there at the time, or there'll be a discussion, and the woman will say, "Oh, are you taking that?" And my wife will go, "Oh yeah, I'm taking that." And then when she tells her mum, she'll say to her mum or whoever tells the stories, "You know what she said to me? She said, are you taking that?" And adds all this attitude and all this. And I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, she really didn't say it like that, babe. She really didn't. Yes, she did." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't think she did." So there's attitude.
But you do that as well.
Loads of things.
You do that as well.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Fuck you. I think the only.
But basically, I mean, he fell out. I've had a couple of dealings with him, and
how did you find it? How did you find dealing with him? Was he any good or what? What did you find?
Fine. I had no issues at all. The product I got was totally fine. Turned up when I was updated every level of what was happening. When he said to me, he messaged everyone, said, "Sorry, there's this issue with the base. I'm going to be sending it out later." That happened. He sent a message to me in advance to say there's a possibility the hand may not fit.
Okay.
The hand fit perfectly. He sent me a message before I even checked to say your hand may not fit. If it doesn't fit, let me know and I will send you a new one.
Well, that
And
sounds
you
that
didn't
sounds
even need to do
that
that.
sounds
He just said he had 2 people say their hand didn't fit, so he was giving me the heads up. So I was like,
yeah,
cool.
that's
Then
that's promising. I mean, for me,
yeah,
I always say this is why I stay off Facebook, man, because Facebook can be dangerous because you can end up hating a person that you've never dealt with, you've never met, you've never had any dealings with because of all the things you hear.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't want to live my life that way. I prefer just to judge people at face to
Well,
face value of who I deal with and how they
yeah.
deal with me. It's
I
like
mean,
that
there's
Daniel
also
Campisi, you know, from Sideshow.
yeah.
Everybody says that guy's a nightmare. I've never had a problem with him, not once.
No,
Never.
I've had dealings with him recently, and it was with that forehammer. It was perfectly fine. I had dealings with him with something else before, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, but my point is this: is that when I heard all these things, and I heard, and then he sent me an email, and I thought, oh shit, I'm dealing with this guy. I'm gonna have a problem. So my
Yeah.
guard is up, my defenses are up, and I'm feeling all these feelings and all these preconceptions of this person, and then they're just like, oh dude, sorry to hear about that, man. And they're like, but send it back, and we'll do this, or oh, you got all these options, and I just thought to myself, it wasn't anything like I was expecting. So I think you can
Well,
only try to only judge people on what you experience yourself,
I
because you
think as
can
well.
miss
I
out.
mean,
You'll miss out as a result. You'll avoid the Deadpool. You'll avoid this Joker. You'll avoid all this stuff, and then you'll end up being like, "Fuck it, maybe the guy was all right." Shit, who
well, I
needs
mean,
that?
the thing is as well as I mean, with the customer service guys as well, you have to remember that they're not the people who. It's not their fault about the issue. So if you talk to them and treat them like shit, they're going to just say to you, "Go fuck yourself." Basically, we ain't got any left. Here's your $40.
Yeah,
Do you want the $40? We ain't got any left. If you say to them, you know, if you say, you know, like if you just normal and just say, well, I'm a bit disappointed, you know, I really like. I sent a message just saying, oh, I'm a bit disappointed. I really like the modern 4. I do really like it. And I said it's just unfortunate that the hammer's broken. And you know, I really like the face, and I like because I mean the hand is based off of comics. You know that hand, and people saying how it's a bit oh hello
yeah, of
hello
course, yeah.
boys, but he does that all the time. It's like to gauge distance, and
That's right, yeah.
a problem for me. But the thing is people didn't like it. But I said I really like this, that,
Yeah,
whatever.
but I mean, I
There's
had
an
the
issue.
same.
They
I had
got
the
back
same.
to me and they said, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we got another one. We'll send it across straight away." They sent it. You know.
Yeah, and it was with you within a few days. I had the first time I
Yeah.
ever dealt with that Daniel person, Kambisi, was I had a problem with the Lobo. I had one of my pouches. I snapped the plastic on it trying to get it into the belt. So I had a chat with him. I glued it, and it held. But I had a chat with him, and I was like, I don't want to send it back. I don't want any, I don't want any issues and all this stuff. And I had a broken dread on one of the heads or something. You know what? The dude sent me a head out. He sent me like about 6 fucking of them little things that go on the belt, the little what are they called now? Pouches. He sent me like a whole new set. It was so smooth, it was so easy. My point is anyway, is don't allow yourself to miss out based on what other people tell you. At the end of the day, sometimes in life, not everything you hear about everyone is true. So just see for yourself. If you don't like the feel of it, then don't do it. If you feel edgy about it, then don't do it. But sometimes you'll miss out on dealing with somebody who's decent and maybe getting something that's good. And nobody needs that shit, do they? That Joker, that looks pretty tidy, that picture. I love the cutthroat, man. I'm loving that cutthroat razor, boy.
All right, should we carry on with the pictures?
Yeah, let's fuck all this politics shit. I don't like it. Oh, wow. All right.
So this is the concept. What he done was he actually took his head sculpt off of the one where he's on the throne, and he reused that. But he's basically this is his design for that, which is
That's
quite
amazing.
cool. I did say to him that because of the when you see the overhead view, I'll show you in a minute. But you've got all the teeth on the floor. You got the skulls.
Catherine teeth.
There you go. Then, because there's quite a big space in front of him in the middle.
Yeah.
I said to him he needs something to fill up that space, so I suggested he do the Batman like a cowl.
Yeah, that'd be
So
fucking
he's
epic.
going to add that on there.
Dude, I love the hat just on the arm of the chair like that.
Mm.
What this needs, in fairness, is you're right. It needs maybe a smashed cow with some cards on it, some Joker cards laying on it.
Yeah.
You know, just something with blood-stained Joker cards all over around the cow, so it's a little bit bigger in its, But yeah, I mean, if that is that quarter scale or third or
This will
half.
be cool. This will be cool.
So looking at that base, you're probably talking about 15 to 20 inches in depth or something, right?
It's hard to tell, man. It
But you
could
got to
be.
look at that and say that his feet are quite spread out and it's quite.
Yeah.
It looks good though, man. It looks really nice, dude. Seriously nice.
It does. Then this is the. It's not finished. This is basically his Sentinel, which is big. This is going to be a meter tall.
By who? Is this the same? Is this the same guy?
Same guy. This is Zion Arts. So this is
Zion Arts.
It's going to be a meter tall.
Meter tall.
Meter tall. Because the thing is, I mean, the XM one was going to be the same, and basically with this one, XM one was going to be $5,000, I think. $5,000, and there was going to be two of them, so it's going to be $5,000 with, I believe, 3 pieces on each, so 3 X-Men.
Yeah.
Then this one is going to be $3,500, so it's still a lot of money, dollars. And this is going to have 4 X-Men on the base. So this is just all the kind of concepts for his 3D sculpt for it. So he's got to do the pose soon. I think he's going to do like Colossus under one of the legs, and Colossus alone is going to be 33 centimeters. So it's going to be 6 scale.
So that's 12 inches, 12 and a half inches.
13 inches it'll be.
Yeah.
So
that's cool, man. That's fucking well cool.
He's still deciding on which other ones to add. Then this is the next announcement. XM Studios are going to do a Carnage.
Oh, Alex, man, you may get your moment, dude. You may get your moment.
So this could be interesting. Could definitely be interested in this one.
This is Alex. This is going to be Alex's first ever XM piece. I can feel it. My blood and my bones—they're itching.
Yeah, could be. So Carnage is my favorite villain. So this is the latest on the Kingpin. So they've tweaked a few things.
Okay, what's changed there?
As you can see, the front of the table doesn't have the mask anymore on the table. And it's just neatened up, really, just tidied up. But I really do like the concept of the chessboard with all these little pieces where he's obviously putting people where he wants to put them. You can see Electro in there. Let me see if I can zoom in.
It's the 6, isn't it? Yeah, it looks great. I like it. I wouldn't have it because
there's Venom there. It does look like Electra. Does look like Vulture. Does look like Sandman. I can't see who that one is. Octopus
Craven's in the back.
Yeah, Craven in the back.
So back middle, that looks like a bullseye.
Left. Then you got on the back middle right, some sort of animal guy. But yeah, I mean,
it looks to me like this, right? It looks to me like this. From right, it looks like the closest to the right is Bullseye, but Bullseye. Behind him is Dr. Octopus. In front, next to Bullseye, is the Sandman.
Yeah,
I think that's Electra there, then Electro, then Venom, then Craven. The only person I don't know is the center. Who's in the center?
The one in the center is Vulture, but then there's someone behind him.
Oh yes, there's Vulture. I don't know who the one is behind it either. Looks great though.
So who did you say was behind the one you said was Bullseye?
That's Dr. Octopus behind that.
Yeah. Oh wait, might get a better view here of who this other person is. Let me zoom in again.
Definitely, see, it's Doc Ock there. You can see that. Vulture, that's a good spot there. Vulture. Lizard.
I can't see who that one.
Lizard? Is it Lizard?
Maybe. I can't see it very well. Could be Lizard.
Who's the Sinister Six? It'll tell you. They'll all be there. Venom, Vulture, Electro, I'm sure he
Oh,
did.
it's Green Goblin. Look, you can see it there.
Oh, it's Green Goblin.
Yeah.
How do we miss Green Goblin out, man?
Yeah, look, Green Goblin right there.
We
Look.
should be fired and kicked in the nuts for being so stupid.
Right, so
Yeah, that's definitely the Green Goblin. It's much clearer from there.
yeah, then this is their lizards they're working on. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about this is I don't like their chicken feet on them.
Chicken feet. No, that's Velociraptor. That's what that's coming from, isn't it? That's that fucking Jurassic Park shit going on there.
But it should be more humanoid, shouldn't it? Because he's like.
Well, yeah, but that's more. It's just more lizard, mate. That's what I mean. I don't know if you've ever seen like a bearded dragon or any sort of reptile. They do. That's what their feet look like, bro.
Yeah.
Simple. You can't. He doesn't walk into Manhattan and say, can I have a fucking pedicure? He's got problems. So that's what they look like. They look a bit like that.
It does look pretty cool, though. I mean, it does look really cool.
I like it. It's not. The thing is that with XM and the prices that they are, it needs to be a character that I absolutely love, like Thanos, like Venom. You love Carnage, so that Carnage got your fucking name written all over it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you get that Carnage with me getting the Venom, we'll do a review of them both together. Yeah,
of course. All right, so the next one is, I think I've shown this one before, but this is Namor, which XM Namor, which is massive. Ridiculous. His base looks ridiculous.
Looks ridiculous in a good way, but
yeah. I mean, but that's going to be pretty hard to display.
He's riding the Kraken.
Yeah,
you know that.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, well, because in ancient mythology, like in the Greek mythology, they did the film and stuff, and it looks like some sort of monster, but it's like an octopus, like a giant squid.
Yeah.
With like fucking 50 arms and fucking all this, and pulls boats in, and all this rubbish. But that's what he's riding. He's riding. Basically they've done it like a giant octopus, but he's riding the Kraken, man. I'm telling you, and that.
Yeah.
Fuck, who cares about how hard that is to display? Look at that. That's magnificent. That is.
Yeah. Then you've got this is basically they're working on they're adding the head in the chest plate. I think they're scared about Prime 1 now. So they're kind of they're going to go with that samurai and add in the chest plate in the head because Prime 1
I heard in my ignorance, I don't know how true this is, so maybe you can confirm this because you're the Facebook kid. So I heard that if we're both wrong, it's just another fucking Friday, isn't it? It's just like normal. It's normal to go.
Another day at RaddTitan office.
If this is true, I heard that Prime 1 released this type of character, with the red eyes from the game. And it got such a great response, like an amazing response, and everybody is after this piece. I heard that then XM all of a sudden released the same thing. Is that true?
Well, what happened was Prime 1 released the Arkham Knight line, and it was Batman Beyond, which is a download code for the game. They released that, and it got very, very well received. I mean, people were just like, fuck all the other ones. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that one. So then I believe XM then went away and went, we're going to add on these attachments. Basically, we're going to add a new head and we're going to add a chest plate for this piece.
Does that mean everybody who's already got their Batman will receive this?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, no, it's not up for pre-order yet.
But that's amazing. That's really clever.
Yeah,
very smart. That is. That's ensuring that your Batman with all the other Batmans.
Yeah. Well, that's how you fuck over your competition. Then this is the printed Sandman.
Who? What?
Then this is this is that lady's Sith base, which was meant to come up about 10 minutes ago, maybe a half hour ago now.
Where you going? Go back. I want to see that Sandman again. Dude, that texturing of the sand on that's beautiful, that.
I'll tell you what I saw when I was in Games Workshop the other day. They had some snow effect on their base, and that was fucking crazy. Really good.
Yeah?
Really,
you have to show me some of them pictures, bro. You have to send me some photos.
I'll put them up onto the Facebook group. It was basically, I'm really bad at taking photos.
Dude, I ain't on that shit, man. Send me the photos.
Right, I will.
With the Facebook, I stay clear.
All right, so that's excellent. This is the Lady Sif base, which we showed the concept for probably about half hour ago now, because we've been yapping away. Gary's waiting to come on as well.
Sorry, Gascoigne. Sorry,
then we've
mate.
got the XM Red Skull.
Wow.
Then you got, because you got the cosmic cube there on the right hand side. You got the kind of flag here. You got I think something about it just reminds me of like a pirate diorama. It looks like the way a pirate, if you had a pirate on display, just looks like how they would
just
pose.
It's the hat. It's the hat and the pose.
Yeah. It looks like
you do get a little bit. You do get a little bit of that song from Peter Pan. You know the song from Peter Pan, the cartoon.
What one?
Oh God! Try the life of a thing. Value your life of a hook. You know they're bouncing around. Oh, I can't remember it.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, so that's the other angle there. You got the is that a griffin on the base? You got the Hydra symbol.
Mate, the detail is detail upon detail, bro. That was going to be.
Oh yeah, the XM piece.
I bet you when that comes out, that's going to be killer. Oh yeah, I'll see this as well.
Then you got the Joker, which finally,
The Rock has come back to Chicago.
But with this piece, there were like sort of speculation about, because the Christian Bale Batman did not sell so well, there was speculation that they may scrap it. I don't know how true that was, but there were people saying it back and forth.
The whole thing?
Well, yeah, because the Bale one, I don't think sold so well. It wasn't very popular.
Yeah, but dude, in fairness, how many Batmans are there to choose from? That Bale one's probably one of the worst of them all.
Sure.
Out of everything that's out at the moment, it isn't exactly. I mean, for a movie collector, it's okay, but Keaton is the cult classic Batman from the films. Really, when you think about it, I don't know about you, maybe it's an age thing, but Keaton is the definitive movie Batman for me. And then you've got all these Prime 1 ones from the game. You've got all these XM ones. You've got all of Sideshow's numerous comic editions. I mean, they're literally polluting the what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Saturating. They're saturating
the market.
The market so much for Batmans that you can't really argue. I mean, Joker's doesn't count because really there's only a few Jokers, isn't there? There's this one, the game one, and then the original PF from the comic. So you got, they ain't done a Nicholson one yet.
No, but Nicholson won't let it. He's one of those guys
who really
won't allow the likeness. It's the same as Saul Nicholson. It's the same as Mel Gibson. So you won't see like Mad Max Mel Gibson. You won't see Braveheart from Sideshow. So when you'll see customs, I think he won't allow it.
It would be worth buying this premium format and getting a custom head made of Jack Nicholson.
Well, I mean, also you could do that with the PF though, the original.
No, you can't. You can't do that. No, well, you can't, because the problem that you've got is that Jack Nicholson is a real person, and the Joker premium format is a comic. He's so thin. If you put that head on it, it won't look right.
It looked like your fucking bobblehead.
I think, to be honest with you, I think that's a piece, because it's a human person that they're sculpting it on, and a real person. I think you could do it with that, and I think that looks great. I really am excited for that. You're gonna get that, right?
Probably, yeah, probably. But then this will bring me
this out. I'm reviewing this. I want to see this.
Then this is one of the last pictures. Actually, this is where Prime 1 made me quite excited in my pants. Where they basically said, "Who's interested in a Guyver manga?" And
wow.
By Prime 1.
What scale?
They haven't mentioned that yet, but I mean, even if that is 1/3, I don't give a fuck. I would buy a Guyver 1 and I'd buy a Guyver 3 in a heartbeat. And there are so many.
Tell me what. So Guyver 1 is the grey one. I watched the mangas with you when we were kids.
Guyver 1 is the original one, and then Guyver 3 is the one on this picture on the top left, but he I don't on the cartoons
black
I've
one.
seen. Why he's like purple, isn't he? But he's got like loads of extra spikes, and he's got like 2 blades instead of 1, and he's the badass.
I remember. But is he black? Is he like charcoal color like that in the cartoon? I don't remember.
No, he's like a purpley, isn't he? He's like in the
but
light.
there's the purple one there.
Yeah, there's not one like that one. In the cartoon, there's only in the original cartoons. There's only 3.
I like that gold one.
But the gold one's crap. He dies straight away.
That gold one looks the shit.
The gold one, he has a cracked. In the cartoon again, he has a cracked metal. So his unit was destroyed, like damaged a bit. So when he fucks up when he tries to do the Mega Smash or something, he explodes or whatever happens.
Who's the strongest? Guyver 1.
I think three's the coolest, but 1 kind of dies, comes back stronger, and so. But 3's the most. It's like one of those things where where you have like a character who's more skilled and stronger, but then still the clumsy, useless one still does better. It's a bit like that because the first one is a bit. He is a bit like he's a little kid, and he's like a teenager.
Yeah, but that
trained.
That makes him human, which makes him more lovable. That's the whole point. If you've got a fucking badass dude who's not, you know what I mean, who's not like doesn't make any mistakes, that's great. But you couldn't base the series off that. They have to be a sidekick. They have to be a side element because people don't like that. People want to see you trip over and fall on your face a bit occasionally.
But with this, I mean, I did ask and said about, well, I'm sure Elite Creatures Collectibles has a license for that, but apparently they've only got the license for the movies because Steve Wang did the sculpting on Dark Guyver and things like that. So
well, that would be amazing for you because you actually, I remember when we were young, you loved the mangas. You were crazy about the Guyver mangas. I think you still have them all, didn't you? You have every one of them.
Yeah, I've still got them somewhere. Yeah. But the Guyver, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Guyver. I love the Guyver, and basically, I mean, I'll be all over that if they release that. So, and the funny thing I found out, which
send them a message saying that you would buy it.
No, I'm playing hard to get. With the Guyver, with basically with the Guyver as well, with the Dark Hero Guyver, this is quite a useless bit of trivia, but in the movie, the character is played by a guy called David Hayter. There's also another movie with Mark Hamill, but the one with David Hayter is actually, he wrote the X-Men movie, the script for it. He stars in it as a security guard. He also done the voice of I think it was Donatello in the original cartoons, and he also, the last thing is he also played the voice of Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid. So that's pretty cool little resume there.
Good job. Well done with your trivia.
Yeah, moving on. These are just a few pieces which I was going through some old images. I'm just like, what the fuck happened to these pieces? There's
this is the missing pieces. RaddTitan's missing list.
Yeah, so
these pieces.
I mean, it all came up because Garry has been harassing me non-stop about when is this what is it, the Joker? When's the Joker coming out? When is it? Where is it? And now he's doing it again with this Judge Dredd piece. But I was going through it and I'm thinking, do you know what? Where the fuck is this Rocket Raccoon? And where is the Star Lord? And where is this? I
think we can safely say that they will actually come up for pre-order when Guardians 2 is released.
Yeah, and then you got the Ralph McQuarrie Star Wars Vader, and then the Terminator Marquette. So I mean, these are the 4 pieces where I was thinking to myself, what the fuck happened to those pieces? So, that was it really. So what I'll do now is, I just wanted to mention as well one last thing while I'm sending old Garry Boy an invite. Basically, a lot of people do bitch about customer service with Pop Culture Shock, for example, and people say, I mean, I think Sideshow Collectibles as a company, not just as a company within our area, with in-store collecting and things like that. I think as a whole, Sideshow Collectibles is one of the best customer service of any company, you know, that I've dealt with ever. If I've had an issue, they deal with it. They will say, okay, here's a replacement piece. Okay, here's some money off. Okay, you know, do this or that. And normally, you know, out of all the issues I've probably had, I don't know, maybe 15 orders from Sideshow Direct. Out of all of those orders, I've had 2 where I haven't kept the piece because they haven't been able to send me a replacement. One of them was Christopher Reeve's Superman, and one of them was the Hulk. With the Hulk, they sent me a replacement, but I wasn't happy with it. Mm-hmm. Basically, that was me, but they sent me a replacement.
Yeah.
With I don't know, a few other pieces, you know, if you say to someone, "Oh, there's a tiny little mark on my statue," on my I'm trying to think of an example if I've seen some people do it, where they'll say there's a tiny little mark on the back of my Batman head.
Yeah.
It will send you a new. They will send you a new head. Most other companies will say, "This is a factory painted item. This is it. You know, these are hand painted. They're all going to have issues. You know, that would be the way it will be." But Pop Culture Shock recently, I sent Pop Culture Shock a message about something, and I have to say the customer service was really good. Really good.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I've not personally had a dealing with Pop Culture. Jesus Christ, I have not dealt with Pop Culture Shock ever. But I mean, if I heard that you spoke to them, cancelled Oro, so and you relatively done it smooth and painless, and it was done 5 seconds, and then you realise just how cheap actually Pop Culture Shock pieces are, because they're one of the few companies at the moment that they haven't jumped on the Sideshow boat. They haven't massively increased their prices in terms of, I mean, Ken came up and I did the calculations on Ken, and you can fucking buy Ken for around $250, £250, English pounds. That's really good price. That's so reasonable, even with shipping and tax. It's unbelievable. You all right, Gazza?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you all?
You all right, brother? Sorry for the delay, man. We've you know, once me and Mr. Beard over here start chatting, it usually ends up the day just disappears. Oh, boxes, Gary, boxes everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
Oh no, tell me about it. It's getting depressing.
My voice has got a horrible mic again for some reason.
Well, fix it or shut up. So, Gazza, what you been up to, man? Talk to me. What's been going on, bro?
Well, I've been getting a few pieces in, just a few.
I've been hearing through the grapevine about these pieces you've been getting in. Tell us, my brother, what have you recently purchased?
Recently, I've got the Sideshow Premium Format Pinhead statue. I've got the Freddy Krueger Sideshow Premium Format statue. That's my horror section done.
You mean the Freddy Krueger with the doll?
Yeah, with the doll. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice piece. Real nice, that.
Yeah, but basically, just I was waiting for my pre-orders to come in now. And obviously,
you got Arkham though, man. You
yes.
got Arkham.
Yes, I'm very
nice.
excited about that. Yeah. But,
yeah, that's real nice. We reviewed that recently. Gary brought it over for review, and we checked it out. And I was sitting there like, yeah, this ain't gonna be that nice. I've seen photos, and I ain't too impressed. And then we got it out of the box. We were like, shit, that's a really nice piece, isn't it, Al?
That was very nice. Apparently my voice is fucked, so I can't talk too much.
yeah. You ain't fixed it, Al. So just nod if you agree.
Yeah, I told you that sounds fucked, and also so did Derek. Derek said I got all glitchy.
Yeah, be quiet. I don't want to talk to Johnny Five.
It sounded like Lord Vader.
Yeah, he wishes. He fucking wishes he was James Earl Jones, man. What pre-orders you got coming in, Gary?
Right. God. Dark Sea Premium format. Then we got Prime 1 Batman.
Right.
Deathstroke Prime 1.
Yeah. Did you go for Quinn?
What else have we got? What's that?
Did you go for Harley Quinn?
No, not as of yet. I say, not as of yet.
Is it still available? Is it not sold out?
I don't think it's sold out. I think it's still available. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it sold out now?
Oh well. move on. I'll just move on to the next piece. No, I just got the Dark Phoenix Sideshow on pre-order, and also got under the new Wolverine brown suited Sideshow statue as well, premium format. Got that on order as well.
Yeah, we got that. We both jumped to that one.
Oh yeah, you know that.
Well, yeah, we had to get that one, man. That's a piece we couldn't actually miss out on, to be honest. I mean, I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for that red suited version of Wolverine. So that's the again, that's everyone has their sort of preference. I prefer X-Force Deadpool, and I prefer the red and brown suited the brown suited Wolverine as opposed to the yellow and blue. I'm not a big fan of the yellow and blue. I wasn't in the comics. I preferred the other look.
They announced the swords and the claws to be metal.
Yeah, they are. They're going to be made out of metal, aren't they now? Which is quite interesting considering that, you know, you're talking about, I don't know what, $400 piece, $475 or something like that, and they're selling for nearly $2,000 or whatever it was, the legendary scale, and that didn't have metal claws, which is just shocking, really, absolutely shocking that they're going to charge you that type of money, and for a statue that falls over and fucking has claws that are made of plastic, which is quite disappointing, really. Quite shocked by that. I expected it because I can't remember where I heard it, but I always thought they were metal, but they're not. I think even isn't your thingy one's metal, Gary? Your Comiket version.
What, the Wolverine?
Yeah, the claws.
No, they're not.
What are they made from? Because they don't feel like they're not. They're like quite pliable, aren't they? They move.
Yeah, I think they're made from a credit card. I think. No, I'm not too sure that. I mean, they're quite well. They're not really solid, really. They're quite flimsy. You know, got quite a bit of flex in now.
Yeah, that's a good thing though, because you know, hopefully that fucking everything comes in one piece. You know what I mean? Yeah. At least with that, we got a bit of movement. It's a bit more forgiving, isn't it? Because you don't want snapped claws.
No, I mean, I know. I think somebody done some custom work on the Comiket, and he put metal claws in, which looked quite nice.
I quite like that.
Who it was though.
I quite like the size of it. I think it's meant to be 1/5 scale, but if you're like heavily into the comics, it actually is quarter scale because Wolverine isn't as big as they make him out to be. He just isn't that big. He's about 5'2" or 5'3", you know. Yeah, so he's quite small, and if you think about that Comiket, that's about right for quarter scale. So if you put him in with, you know, I don't know, like a normal quarter scale piece, that's pretty much how big Wolverine is. Just with the Hugh Jackman era and the movies and stuff like that, he's pretty much the same size as everybody else, which isn't really comic accurate at all. So I like that. I like that Comiket, and I'm quite pleased that this premium format, the new one, he's sort of like on a base and he's sort of twisted up and bent and crouched, so you can't really get too fucked up with the scale.
Yeah.
Now, Gary, a little birdie tells me you picked up a Mags, bro.
Yes. How long ago was it? Must have been about 5-6 months ago. I picked up the XM Studios Magneto on Throne.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
You've seen it in person now, yeah? When you went to buy it, was it set up so you could see it?
Yeah, as soon as, well, when I turned up at the gentleman's house and he had it all set up, and I just looked at it and said, "Here's the money." No argue, I just gave him the money. He said, "Here you go."
It does have
job done. Thank you very
that
much.
effect on people, doesn't it? It does have that effect on you.
Yes.
It's actually really nice.
Well,
Very nice piece,
the other time that I felt like that was when I picked up the EFX X-Wing. I turned up from driving for like 10 hours there and back up to Manchester. Then as soon as I walked in and saw it, I said, "There you go, there's the cash." And I couldn't get out there quick enough with it.
Before the geezer changes his mind, he says, "Oh, hold up."
Yeah.
Don't think I'm going to sell that now. I've changed my mind.
Get in there quick and sharp exit.
But that's it. Unfortunately, this is what happens, though, man. It's funny because it does. When you take out a piece and you start moving it around, you realise just how nice they actually are. Sometimes when you display your pieces and you see them from one dimension, you see them in front of you, and you're like, "That's a really nice piece." It's only when you get it out and you like try and take it somewhere, you're like, "Actually, this is fucking really nice." Like, it's much better than you think it is when you get it out and you can see it. All of it, every inch of it. That's why I love doing these reviews, man. When you get a piece and you put it on the turntable, you can just turn it around, just spin that bad boy around and look at everything. That Magneto is just detail upon detail everywhere.
Mm.
We were talking about that with the Magneto and how, with the Deadpool on Throne, there's just so many small, intricate pieces that could easily break in shipping. And we were saying about with the Magneto, it's like solid pieces, so you're not really going to get any damage on that. The only thing that I think can be damaged is probably the helmet. The one where he's got the what's the thing called, the Professor?
It's called Cerebro.
Cerebro. So that's really the only thing that can probably break out that. But other than that, it's solid piece, big chunky fingers like that big that go on the back of the Sentinel hand.
Thick as well, thick and heavy, real solid. Very, very smart how it was like done. Shit. I mean, you really smart. Being there, put the XM on the map. Really, it's a very nice piece. The only thing is, as I've said to Gary before, is that fucking Sentinel hand's not in scale.
No.
The Sentinel's not that big. It's funny, that seemed to fly by the radar and nobody said a damn word about it. But the Sentinels are not that size. So even the best pieces have the best work. Nothing in this world is perfect. You can always turn around and say, "Oh, well, that could be done better, or this could be done better." There's always a nitpick somewhere.
You see, unfortunately, I'm not in that position at present to be like that, because obviously I've got nothing actually set up yet. I mean, everything's still in its boxes. So, once I've got things done here and I can then put everything on display, it's going to be a bit gobsmacking, to be honest with you, because there are quite a few pieces.
I hope that when you're sitting there and you're looking at your display, Gary, that you look at that Magneto and you're like, "Yeah, that hand's too big. It really bothers me. I need to trade that piece with George." That's why I'm highlighting it for you, so that when you're sitting looking at it, you're like, "Oh yeah, that's just too wrong. It's wrong." I can live with it, Gary. I can live with it. It's fine. No problem.
Does it fit in a Stuva?
Actually, you can't put it into the best start. You have to put it sideways and it doesn't look right. If you put it into a screw, it looks perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to come round, Gazza, when you fucking got... We're going to take you to IKEA. We're going to come round to your gaff, me and Alex, and we'll help you build it, man. Just like
don't fucking nominate me.
You are going...
No, nominate them about fucking 50 of them built. Jesus Christ.
Listen, we're not building them. He's getting the people at IKEA to build them. So relax, R2D2. We'll be fine. We'll go. All we'll do is put the pieces in there. We'll just put, as long as it's not the Alien Queen, I'll help put the stuff in there. I still haven't forgiven you about that, Gary. I've been up all night fucking worrying about it. I wake up with a sweat.
I'll tell you what then. I'll give you the Alien Warrior maquette instead, then, George.
Oh yeah, that's gonna make me feel much better, Gary. That. It's funny that I watched the one that we actually did, the review of the Alien Warrior that we did. It's kind of strange because that one wasn't right. It had something. The tail was a lot closer to the base than any of our people had sent me photos going, yeah, it's a bit strange that yours is so close to the base because in all the pictures of other people's ones it doesn't look like that. So I don't know what happened there. It must have been just how it fit.
That was Aaron's one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like it seemed like it literally it was like near enough touching the base, the point of the tail, which I've seen in other pictures of other people's ones, and they're nowhere near it. It's like an inch away. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that was just.
So there's the big chap as well. You get different ones of the big chap where some of them are a centimetre. There's like can be a centimetre difference in where it's around the leg and things. So.
What?
So, the big chap happens as well with the big chap pocket. So my one was actually quite loose, but it still was quite away from the actual leg when you put it in there, but it actually stayed. But with Aaron's, it was very close to the leg, so they were different,
Strange. So on this market now, Gary's got his thing, and congrats, man! You've got a nice new woman in your life, right, Gaza?
Yes. I've been with her for what?
You got somebody
five,
now. You got somebody now to manage your accounts, and
Well,
tell
yeah.
me what a fucking idiot you are, and how much you're spending, and why you're spending it. You got congrats, man. Welcome
Yeah,
to my
thank you.
life.
No, I mean, she supports the interest, and she's I mean, when she was growing up herself, she was into like manga stuff and comics and things like that. So she knows about characters and things like that. So that's not a bad thing. So
Mate, that's all you can ask for. When I started, my wife wasn't really interested, but the more I've sort of got into it, the more that she sort of gets into it. You know what I mean? Which always is helpful. Because when I go to Alex's house and I speak to his missus, she could be further away from it. She's just like, yeah, I don't care. We're like, we're doing reviews and we set pieces up, and he's like, "Do you want to come and see this?" And she's just like, "No."
No, I mean, she makes comments. I've shown her the pictures of like the stuff that I've got, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I really like that one," or that one. And she passes comments on certain pieces, And
What's she like?
She likes Wolverine. She likes Wolverine.
Yeah.
And she said a couple of the Alien pieces are really nice.
Yeah, my wife Alien stuff too. Strange that the women love the detailing, didn't they? They just really dig the detailing on things. She always like. I mean, I like the Hulks and the big bulky, the big guys and stuff like that. But she's much more into the finer, delicate details of things. So she always loved them aliens. When I had aliens, even the 6-scale stuff. If I showed her that Alien Queen or that fucking Warrior maquette, she'd toss a salad, man. She'd go mad. She'd be like, "You need to get that shit."
Oh dear. Oh, I don't know. No, I mean, the thing is now, I think we're all at a stage. I mean, when I first started collecting, it was back in, what was it, 2002, 2003. And it's only due to the fact that I was at work one day, I was counting millions of pounds worth of cash at a cash centre. I was just bored, and I was talking about films to somebody, like a colleague, in the building. And he's got me. He said, "Hear about all these statues his company does." I said, "What are you coming about?" It's a company called Gentle Giant. I went, "No."
Yeah.
He goes, "When you get home," he said, "have a look on the website and have a look on eBay and that, and have a look." So anyway, that's it. That's what started me off.
Having Gentle Giant just gone bust now?
No. Not what I know.
What's happened to Gentle Giant?
Gentle Giant is still around. I mean, they just released. What was the last thing they released? Probably some Walking Dead piece, or they've done the 300 Woman. They've done. They haven't got bust. They just don't release a lot.
Alex, can't you come out of this chat and come back in?
I think if I come out, I closed it.
Well, no, that's not technically true, because I'm pretty sure that you can go out and come back in. Can you not do that?
if I go out, I'm hosting it.
Oh, you bellend. You know what you need to do? You
I
need to get on the phone.
I need to call. I need to call them.
You need to get on the phone to your Virgin, man, and fire whoever's working there.
Because I always do it in
If I go there, go, currently you're broadcasting. Leaving the hangout will also stop this broadcast.
That's no good, man. Just shut up then.
Because I always do it
You
in
have to
Morse
stay there
code.
in silence. Nah, it's all right. I mean, this funny thing is with Alex is that he makes more sense when he's glitching anyway, so it's probably better for everybody else.
Leave him alone.
I got to abuse him, man. I got to abuse him because I missed last week, so I've got all this other stuff. You know what I mean, to give him grief about.
Build up for 2 weeks.
When are you going to be building this room, Gary? When's it going to happen?
Well,
when
hopefully.
We doing the display room?
Well, it's going to be in 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. It's going to be in this room. There's going to be 5 cabinets in this room. 3 on this wall, 2 on the back there. There's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 5 in one of the bedrooms. 5 like 3-tier cabinets. There's going to be 2 in the entrance to the loft. And then basically there's going to be like 6 single cubes, Stuber cubes, up in the loft, along with all the rest of the props. I mean, you know.
How many pieces at the moment do you have?
Good question. I would say.
Go on,
Gentle Giant wise, I would say I've got around about 110 busts, like small busts. I've got around about, I would say, 10 statues, Gentle Giant. I mean, they're not very big. They're like 1/6 scale, but they're detailed. They're quite nice. But I've also then picked up some Marvel busts from Gentle Giant. They're quite nice. And then basically, it's like Atticus statues, Star Wars related. I must have about 15 of them, 15 statues of them. They're 1/5 scale. Then I've got some bowing pieces. I've got about 5 or 6 bowing pieces.
They don't belong with you, Gary. You don't need them. You don't need those. Silver Surfer one, the chrome one. You don't need it. I need it. You don't need it. I need it to stand in between Apocalypse and Thanos up in my cupboard. You don't need it. You got too much. It's unnecessary. It's just greedy. It's just greedy.
No, and it's
if I keep any of my pieces, or if they're all for sale now.
What's that?
Because I'm selling a few pieces, and it's just someone said, "Oh, does Alex keep any of his pieces?" Are down for grabs. So yeah, no, I do keep them. Yes. It's not really for a while, I don't think.
No, I mean obviously that's the dilemma that I'm in right now. I mean obviously once things are set up, I've got some very hard decisions to make because I don't think everything's going to fit in the collection because I'm going to be out of room.
Oh, Gary, that's why, my friend, I'll be there with you. I'll be right there, and I'll make sure I'm standing there with a buckload of cash in my pocket, just in case you open your mouth and say, all right, just give me this, and I'll be there. I'll be there to clean that up. Don't you worry. Like a fucking shark, I'll be there.
Whilst you're fitting the 42 Tombow doors, yeah?
That's it. Labour isn't free, Gary. Labour isn't free, bro.
No.
Oh, heavily discounted people. I want mates rates discount.
Mates rates. Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Alex's we've got to do next as well. We're going to have to go around because he's too cheap to pay IKEA to actually fit them. So we're going to have to fit them in his room.
To be honest with you, I mean, when I went in there to get the quote, it wasn't too bad, like price-wise of getting them to fit. I think it worked out around about £200 for them to
for all of
put
that.
all the carcasses together.
Gary.
Yeah.
Very reasonable, mate.
And that's with 5 DTOFs as well. So I can't really complain. But
if I was splitting 5 DTOFs, I'd charge £200 alone because me and my father-in-law had to do 4 of them. Fuck me, took us all day. All day to do.
Well, this is what I'm dreading when when the setup gets done because it's going to take forever.
Yeah, but it doesn't. The funny thing is with these people is they've done it so many times that, you know, they don't look at instructions. They don't go, well, is this the right piece of glass? They just know instantly. It's just like up, out, bang, 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 done. And it's because I went into IKEA a while ago, and there were people building displays, like new displays there, and how quick they knock it up, Gary, it's a joke. Like when you walk around IKEA, it's a big circle. So I walked in and went around, and by the time I come around, they'd built a whole fucking display. I'd only been there an hour. So they'll be like, you know what I mean? With your stuff, it'll be real quick, man. They'll get it all done in a day without no problem. They'll get everything you want built in a day, no problem.
I mean, you know,
It's gonna be good, man.
I've got the, you know, I've got some ideas how I want it set up, and you know what I want to try and do. Hopefully, if I've got enough room in each cube, then fair enough, I can have it set up that way. But you know, time will tell, type of thing. You know, but I mean, it's getting to the point.
Yeah.
I mean,
you need to be adaptable.
Yeah.
You need to be adaptable. It's really important. You need to be like, you know, okay, you have a plan B, because things just don't always go. And sometimes it really pisses me off. They get the measurements wrong. So like the things that you read online about how tall it is, it's not remotely right. Look at Alex's Conan Fury the Beast, for example. Sideshow about 6 inches off. 6 inches. You're talking this much difference.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's 27 and 3 quarters, and it was close to 33 and a half.
Yeah, 27 in it, and it was 33 and a half.
27 and 3 quarters, 33 and a half, yeah. Then again, with
it's like this guile.
With the box for Leonidas, I went off for the quote, I went off to the box measurements on the Sideshow website, and it was wrong. I think they say something like 58 by 58 by, I don't know, 20, 58 by 58 by 33, and it was something like 62 by 50, it was like 62 by 38 by 28.
Yeah.
So then they were saying it was 58 by 58, yeah.
Hey, it's the same with guile, right? So I got guile in, yeah? And I set the details, so I adjusted all my shelves, because on the website and everywhere I'm reading, everyone's selling it, is labelled at 18.5 inches tall. So I'm like, okay, so I give him 19.5 inches, because I want about an inch clearance above his head. Okay?
Yeah.
So I've set all the shelves up, so I've got 3 shelves. I've got Bullrog in there, I put guile in, and I'm going to get 1 more piece. So I do all of that, I get guile, and I nearly take the fucking top of his head off. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I measure guile, right? I measure guile, and he's 20.5 inches. That's 2 inches off. So I wasn't even. It was an inch too short. So he wouldn't even go in there. So I had to literally. I don't know how they did it.
You almost had a custom statue then.
I nearly had a decapitated, crew cut version of guile. Let's put it that way. I nearly had a shaved head version, because it wouldn't go into the shelf at all. So I had to take it out. I had to readjust the whole thing. And it drove me nuts, because, like, you know, you go a bit bigger, you think, yeah, that's enough, and it doesn't always work that way. It doesn't work. You read that a statue's 26 inches or something, and you measure your shelf, and you're like, right, well, that's 27.5. That's okay. And then you do it, and they're touching. You're like, that, you know, what the fuck? So you always got to be a little bit more. Have a plan B, bro.
George, I've got a request in a very important one. It says. Can you tell Gio to stop talking about Kyle? Can you tell Gio to stop mentioning Kyle?
I can't hear you, bro. You sound like you know, C-3PO with a cock in his mouth. I don't hear anything you're saying.
Okay, well, can you hear me, Gary?
Yeah, I can hear you just.
Yeah, tell me what I said.
Basically.
Listen, I'm gonna mention Guile, because Guile's awesome. You hear me?
I must admit though,
when you get new pieces in, you're excited, isn't it? You know how it is, bro. You know how it is.
I mean, I must admit, I mean, sometimes with Sideshow, with the measurements, I mean, you know, it makes you wonder, you know, whether or not they've been Specsavers yet or not. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's just
yeah. There's no doubt about it. I don't know where they're measuring. You always sort of make excuses, though. When I was measuring, it was just like, well, maybe they mean to the top of his head and they're not taking his hands into account. And then I'm thinking, why would you measure it that way? Why are you measuring that way? It doesn't make any sense. Nobody gives a shit what to the top of his head is. They give a shit how big the fucking thing is. So, that's good, man. You'll get onto it. You'll be all right. We'll get there.
I think
are you after anything else now? You shopping for anything?
Well, I think Sideshow are going to be releasing for pre-order very soon the Kylo Ren premium format statue from Star Wars. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen no pictures of it yet, like proper pictures, but depending on how that looks, then I may have to order that. There's a Sand Trooper premium format statue due out as well. And I think that's about it. Now,
you want that Joker as well, no?
The Joker. Yeah, I've been hassling Alex about that for a month, saying when's the pre-order date? When's the pre-order date? Because obviously I've got the Batman Arkham statue now. I wanted to have the Joker next to him.
Companion. Yeah. That's good.
So, but
they do weird things, Gary. They do weird things. I remember that Alex was up here. He stayed up here, and I drove him home. Yeah, like the next day. And as I was driving home from his house, he texted me to tell me that Wolverine was up in the middle of the day, like the Wolverine premium format. He sent me a text going, "Wolverine is up." No hints, no nothing. So it wasn't like it's coming soon. It literally was. It just came out. So you can't.
They've got a bit better lately. They have started to put up. This is coming out next week. This is coming out next week. But they don't do everything. They just kind of a few things will go up. They were only pre-warned about their own stuff as well. They won't say, because they distribute Prime 1, they will not say, Prime 1 comes out next Friday. They won't do that. So
yeah, they're not going to promote it that heavy.
No. But yeah, they used to do it where you just basically be sitting there and all of a sudden, hang on a minute, this is up for order. And normally, it's every Thursday they do a pre-order.
Yeah, I'm just, to be honest with you, I'm waiting for two pieces to be made that I really want. So I want a cable of some description. I want a cable, preferably premium format. But if XM do eventually release their cable again, I'll probably try and jump on that. But if they do one, a premium format one, I definitely want one. And Bane, comic book Bane. They're the two at the moment that if they come out, I need them. And I want Oni to be released from Pop Culture Shock. That's the next one I'm after from them. Got Alex sending me pictures of Sagat this morning, fucking for this amount of money and that amount of money, trying to get me to buy more.
Heavily invested in Muslim men statues.
Heavily invested in what?
In Muslim men statues, and someone was just asking what's the reasoning for that.
I like the male form.
I'm going to fucking cross him up because he was kissing your ass earlier. This isn't Derek, by the way.
I can admire the male form because I understand the dedication and work it takes to get anything.
Okay.
I mean, go on.
Go on, Gary.
No, I was just about to say in relation to like female statues.
One more question from Derek is because you're going on about wanting a cable. He said, would you be interested in having Baby Hope with it?
I told you, you sound like.
Would you be interested in having the cable with Baby Hope, like on the Coca-Cola one?
Yeah, Alex, get a board and write it down because I don't understand what you're saying. So don't just keep repeating it because you still sound special needs computer like numbers. I can't hear anything you're saying. Just eat your rice, shut up and eat your little rice, your little vegan meal, and be quiet. All right, let the grown-ups speak.
He's underwater.
He's frozen now, thankfully. Thank God he silenced himself. He's paused himself. Thank fuck. Go what you saying, Gary?
Yeah, no, I was just about to say, I mean, at a certain point, I didn't have no female statues. And over the last year or two, I've got a few in now. Got Wonder Woman, premium format. Got Princess Leia.
I really want to see that. I want to see that in hand, because I think that could be quite. I think that could be another one of those pieces that's quite special in person.
Which one?
Wonder Woman. I think that could be really. I mean, it's another. It's very similar. I think it's very similar to the sort of Deadpool on Thrones sort of situation. I think it's a sum of its parts. I think once you get the whole thing together, providing everything fits okay, it'll be a stunning piece.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a nice piece to look at, but it is a very light statue.
Light.
It's not heavy. Yeah, it's light. Yeah.
What do you reckon it weighs?
I know.
4 kilos, 5 kilos.
I know. Pound of feathers.
I've heard the base on. I've heard the base on it is quite light. I've heard that before on numerous reviews, but I didn't know if it was light itself.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a shame really, because it depends if that's important to you. Really, it all depends. I mean the fucking Batman premium format comic one I've got is well heavy. It must weigh 25 pounds. It's really heavy. 25, 30 pounds easy.
That's it's probably about, I don't know, probably about 8 times heavier than Wonder Woman, at least.
What other females you got? Because we saw Darth Talon and she was beautiful.
She's
beautiful. Have you got Shaq? Did you get her?
What's that?
Did you get Shaq T?
No. To be honest with you, she looks really nice, really beautiful and that, but like, I don't know, it's just the pose. I wasn't too keen on the pose. I thought, no, I'm not. You know, I've got Darth Malgus, so Talon would go with Malgus. You know, I've got the Atticus probe droid statue from Star Wars, and that will go with the Snowtrooper premium format statue. You know, I mean, in relation to the other women statues I've got, who else have I got? Wonder Woman, Leia, Talon. Well, I think that's about it. I think, apart from obviously Dark Phoenix that I've got on pre-order.
Did you buy Gamora?
No.
Nah, I didn't think it was. I wasn't sure if that would be sort of your sort of thing anyway. I didn't think that's sort of your remit, that sort of piece. It's not really. I mean, it's a little bit film.
But I mean, obviously, if they do a rocket at some point in premium format, which is obviously a hidden gem, which Alex has kindly found today on his hit list, then you know, I might order that piece. But you know, until that gets done, then you know, everyone's waiting. I mean, the good thing about collecting now, I mean, not only getting to meet, you know, people like yourselves, Alex, and you know, a lot of other people throughout the London area and in Birmingham and so forth. It's great to go around and see people and, you know, and socialise with other people, you know, and see their collections, because there's pieces that I haven't seen myself, and then I go and visit their house, and we, you know, we'll have a great time in that, and I think, oh my God, that's another piece I want to get now, because you see it in hand and you think that's a beautiful piece, you know.
What sort of piece? What's the last few ones that you were shocked by that you saw? That you wanted, you never thought you'd want.
I was shocked by the Mystique statue.
Combi Cat or PF?
The premium format, the black and blue one.
The gun above her head.
Yeah, that's it. That one.
Like that. Yeah.
And you know, the details on that piece was really, really nice. I was well shocked. Couldn't believe it. And the other one was the XM Phoenix. That's a really nice piece. I mean, the Phoenix in the background. Oh, it's absolutely, just that alone was, you know, just stood out. You know.
Yeah. Worth the price. Own in it, just the bird. It's worth the asking.
Yeah,
that piece.
I mean, you know, it's just nice to see other people's collections and appreciate what everyone does, because you know, we're all in the same boat. We're all collecting the same, you know, all in the same hobby, and I appreciate everybody else for what they do as well. You know, it's nice to actually meet people like that, and you know, and you get along with you know, with people and try and help people as much as you can, like what obviously you guys do, and with all your statue reviews and your chats and that, very informative, you know.
Well, right, isn't it? It's just trying to keep it balanced, Gaz, as well, to make it so that there is actually something that people can get out of it, even if it's just a bit of information. Do you know what I mean? It's really helpful for me when Alex shows me stuff from Facebook and stuff. It's really helpful when he shows me that stuff, because I just don't really see any of it. So it's really nice for me to get a little peek of what's coming. I love all that sort of stuff, especially when there's like hidden fucking treats in there and little shocks and surprises. Like the Prime one showing the Green Lantern arm and all that sort of thing, and just little hints. They're quite cool, man. I think that sort of stuff is really, really nice. It gives you a little bit of an idea to save your money if there's something you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. I mean, if it's a piece that you've already got already, and then this other company then comes along, you think, oh, that looks like a better piece, then obviously you're going to order the other piece and then sell on the one that you've got.
Yeah. That's funny, because that's what I think people say a lot. I hear people saying a lot that replications of a character doesn't affect the price of another statue that you've got. So if you've got a Green Lantern and they're releasing the Green Lantern and your Green Lantern's worth £1,000 and they release it, people out there do say it doesn't affect the value. I don't believe that to be true, because what I think happens is people then want the new Green Lantern, for example. They sell theirs, and because they want the cash now to buy the other one, or to at least pay for it or pay towards it, they accept a lower value, which affects the market. Straight away, it affects the market. So I wouldn't go as far as to say that it doesn't affect it, because I do believe that it does. Sometimes it works in its favor, sometimes it doesn't. But I definitely think a new character, a new version of a character that's already been released, definitely affects the value of its predecessor. Whether good or bad is debatable, but I definitely think it affects it, because you're right. You see that Green Lantern, people sell their own, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, well, it usually sells for, let's say, £700, but I'll take 6. That £100 drop means that any other person that puts theirs up goes, well, it sold for 6. I'll put mine up for 6. And that's how the market is, just like that. All it takes is one fucking person to spend £5,000 on a Carnage comic kit, and that piece then will be up for £5,000 from all the people that want to sell it. That's what happens. Can't help it.
I think it's good for all the collectors out there, and I'll say hello to everybody. Everyone's now got the choices now of where they go and shop. I mean, obviously you've got XM, you've got Prime One, you've got Imaginary Arts, you've got Sideshow Collectibles. There's so many companies now popping up. Even the custom statues that are being made. I mean, some of them are amazing. So there's scope for people to just pick and choose where they now go and do their statue shopping. Get their collectibles.
The monopoly is over, Gary. Yeah. The monopoly's finished. It'll never be like it was before. Anybody out there that it thinks to themselves that there's a lot of people that just like Sideshow or this or that, and that's fine. You collect whatever you want to collect, but the monopoly of that is broken, and it will never be fixed. The bottom line is people will look at it. People will look out to XM. They will look out other pieces. I mean, you just look at someone like big shout out to our boy Nenny D out there, our brother. We look at him. That he will take a piece from Sideshow, he'll send it off and have it customized by this painter, that painter, and all that promotion. It doesn't do any harm to the industry, the collecting industry at all. All it will do is it will bring more and more options. That Sideshow only and pop culture shock only shit, that's done. The bottom line is now you want a Green Lantern, you've got a choice of 3 companies or 4 companies. You got a choice. You want a Predator this, but you want this paint job. You just you get in contact with Nenny and he'll fucking point you in the right direction. Who can paint it? He can paint it. That's how good. He's a great painter.
Yeah,
so he could.
He's done some good paint jobs.
I mean, you think about it like that. Even getting a piece from Sideshow or from somewhere, there's so many now. The information on sculptors and painters is so readily available that you can have the piece but make it your own and customize it, Fusco style. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a lot
most
of choices,
definitely.
man, and that's a good thing. That makes everything eclectic, bro.
Mm. Well,
You've
it's
used
like,
somebody. You were using someone, didn't you? You've sent pieces to loads of pieces to someone recently, didn't you?
yeah, I sent a couple of pieces off, and I got some sent over from America. I had a custom tape for the Superman because I was worried about it eventually starting to lean, even though it's still in its box at the moment.
Premium format.
Yeah, the premium format, because I was worried that eventually once I do get it set up, you know, if he's going to start leaning with the original cape on, so I thought I'll get the cloth version. So I ordered that from America. I think it cost me like with the postage, I think it came about £50. So you know,
Yeah.
it just gives a bit of peace of mind, really. But
Funny thing is that problem is a little bit more apparent to our collectors that live in hotter climates. So like in Australia, you know all them sort of places, California, you're going to need your room to be quite cool with air conditioning and stuff because it will. That's more of an issue. If you've got a cooler room. That mate?
Happened to a guy in Australia with his new Daredevil, and the pin snapped on the leg where it was heated and kind of leaning over.
The Daredevil broke, didn't it? Yeah, I remember. But that's the thing, you see, because what you've got is you've got a solid sort of steel peg into something that's soft, haven't you? That's the bottom line. That obviously, if that piece itself, whether it be the base or whether it be the figure itself, if that's getting hot and cold and hot and cold, the metal itself, you don't know what's going on in there. Things will break and fall over. We're quite lucky over here because our climate in the UK is a little bit more across the board. We don't jump up fucking 30, 40 degrees. On an average, we're around about, I don't know what, between 12 and sort of 20 degrees. So that ain't too crazy for us, even in our hottest moments. I mean, we do have the odd days, but I think our collections are safer than some people that are over there. So we're lucky.
It's coming up to 2.5 hours, so probably maybe back up soon. You're
gonna cut us off now, are you, bro? You're gonna cut off the junkies. Let us.
Well, there's been been about 2.5 hours, maybe about 2 hours and 40 now. So it's one of our longer chats in a while. Good to definitely good to get Garry on. I don't know if anyone can actually hear me now, but it's definitely good to get Garry on. See Garry. Saw Garry last week. Hopefully see him again soon. We'll keep watching and let us know what you think down there. Let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah, let me apologise for Alex's internet providing shit at the minute. I'm gonna get on the phone. I'm gonna speak to his people in a minute and find out what's going on because it's funny because we had an issue at the beginning. He called them up and then it got clearer and then it's gone all a bit funny again. So I think they're robbing him. Either he's paying really cheap ass prices or they're robbing him, pretending he's got a certain spec that he shouldn't.
They're robbing me because I paid fucking loads right in there.
It's probably me because I've come on the show. It normally happens when I come on the show.
You're in and fine, Garry. Don't blame yourself. It's him, innit?
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me on, and I really do appreciate it, guys. And I just want to say happy collecting to everyone out there, and be happy, everyone.
Yeah, that's the way, man. Support each other. And Gaz, I'll probably see you next week or something, bro, if you're free, yeah?
Yes, we'll do. We'll catch up, mate.
That's it. Come up here and because I saw you for the reviews and things, but we need to maybe grab a bite or something. So
yeah, that's cool.
Al, I'm gonna be shouting at you in a minute when I phone you, but I'll speak to you all later. Love and peace, everybody out there. Thanks for the support, guys. Coming up to what are we on now? Nearly 1660 or something like that at the moment. So growing up, going real strong. So thanks for the support, man. Nothing but love.
Thanks for having me on.
Peace.